All right, Whole Heads live from the World's 12 with the American Cornhole Organization World Championships from Owensboro, Kentucky. And it's a live taco on video, man. You know what? I got to say, with faces like this is what this was meant to be all along. I'm Finn. I'm the voice of the ACO, and you probably prefer it that way now that you've seen this. He is Frank. Here's the Cornhole dude, man. Here we are.
Here we are.
I know.
Let's taco.
I know. It's almost
Kentucky.
You know what? It's almost like they knew we were coming. Can you see that? Look at that. Get up here and show that off. Look at that right there. The state of Kentucky made these just for us. As far as you know. Anyway, this is awesome. We walk into the hotel. They're selling these in the gift shop. It's an omen, man. And, man, what a great week it's been so far.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love Owensboro. I got to be honest. This is one of the best places I think we've had the world so far. The weather has held out nicely, even though we're mostly indoors. The hotels have been very accommodating. It's been a long week, and we still have 2 more days left. And I think everybody that's come into town has had a great time so far.
Well, and you know, it's one of those things we talked about before we got down here. It's a been there, done that, loved it, going to go do it again, yep. And now again, going to be back in Owensboro.
In January.
That's what I mean.
For a major.
That's what I'm saying. We're here, came back for the Worlds, and then back in January. And so, I mean, and that's a testament really to the city, to the people of the city embracing the ACO with open arms. I mean, front page of the paper, was that yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday?
I don't know what today is. So is today Tuesday?
Weber and a couple other guys got in there. So it was a pretty cool article, though.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what's kind of funny is Owensboro's been sort of infested with kind of a Cincinnati undertone, you know, with Cornhole being kind of, you know, spawned in Cincinnati and the national footprint coming out of Cincinnati, and then the Hit King being here. Pete Rose is going to be here right after we get out of here, so they had their fill of Cincinnati. Yeah,
they did. They had a lot of Cincinnati here.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you've seen so far. We've been here a few days and have watched people kind of start. They roll in. I mean, all the social folks were here early on in the week, but then you're starting to see now as we get into the serious competition for juniors and women's and doubles and seniors, and of course ultimately the singles competition. What's the thing that you've seen that maybe has surprised you the most?
Just the level of competition, really, to be honest with you, is after 13 years of doing this, 12 years of doing this, it's amazing to see how far everybody has advanced over those years. It's nice to see a lot of the new players, particularly see the crowd coming in from California, the crowds coming in from Michigan. Really good showing for Michigan and California, so I thank both of those states for being here, and all other 25 states that were here. But cool to see stuff like that going on, and that competition thing is probably what I would say.
Well, and Ron Stokes and Ken Jones and those guys coming in and bringing a host of folks with them, and like you said, coming in from everywhere. I've seen jerseys with Detroit. I've seen certainly Florida, you know, the Virginias. We've seen, you know, obviously Tennessee and Kentucky and Ohio well represented. But yeah, man, what a great cross section of everybody, and young and old, and we got families coming out. You made mention of this at dinner that, you know, we've seen a lot more families out here just making the week out of it, and how cool that is. There's so much to do here, particularly right down from the convention center. This kids park is fantastic.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to go down there and check it out yet today, but I've been down there before, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I went down to the water park, got in my diaper like all the other kids that were down there, was dancing around. It was pretty awesome. People were really happy about that. They're like, I didn't know there's a sumo wrestling convention in town. But no, back to the business of what it is that surprises you. Anybody in particular from a skill level that's really achieved that next level just since last time you saw him?
Well, I tell you, one guy you got to talk about is the Avery kid coming up, right? I mean, Michael Avery, he has brothers, RJ and Caleb. Both of them have been very, very good for a long time. Michael has been good for a while. But now Michael has made himself one of those elite players. I mean, his brothers RJ and Caleb have been that way for some time, and now Michael. So, you know, you have these families that seem to get it done. You know, in all sports, you have those families that seem to somehow gravitate towards the Mannings.
Yeah.
I mean, they got great quarterbacks, great football legacy. Here you got the Averys, who are establishing a foundation much like the guys. What do they call them? The Guy Nation, Avery Nation.
Yeah. Well, it's the United Nation. relations. We established that earlier on the Facebook page, which kind of leads me one other name, Griffey. Maybe you've heard that name too.
Yeah.
There's another big family name. But we talk about the Facebook page, and we got to give some shout out to Garrett, the senior vice president in charge of intern execution, administration, and all things interns. He's done a great job on the social media, as has Kat and the whole crew, Eric and everybody, getting everything up there and streaming, calling some of these matches. The streaming numbers are through the roof. That's got to be pretty satisfying.
Oh, it's very satisfying, and that's all because of the hard work, like you just mentioned, to those people out there that are killing it right now. Eric's been religious on the back end there doing that. Kat has been streaming some Facebook stuff that is amazing, and Garrett has been manning that ship up front with Greg for all week long, and now we got a new little intern. His little assistant,
yes.
John, is now up there, and Ryan's been on the mic doing what he does. So it has been a good group, and Brian is religiously doing all the stuff that he does. So I'm sure I dropped somebody from the list there. Oh, we got our photographer Joe. I mean, you can't beat what he's doing. He's crazy, man. And I'm so pleased to have our boy Tom in from out of town and doing all the design work and social media stuff. And it's just a great group of people that we have here. And this is by far the best executed tournament that we've ever run.
Well, you know what, and you're absolutely right. We'll knock on wood on that as well, because everything has been running very smoothly, and everybody's kind of right in their lane and bringing the best product out there, from Tom's design to the photos that Joe's taken to, like you said, Brian and Ryan really kind of executing the in-house portion of it. And then what you're seeing with the two screens and all the different things that are popping up with Eric and whatnot. And these are names that you guys all know if you're into the ACO, because you've played with all of them for the most part. So that's what's so great about it, is it's that player enthusiasm from the groundswell up that makes it happen. So as we take that and try to hear it a little bit, we're actually going to be out as part of a big party here in Owensboro, and they've invited us to come out and invite them to the party. It's kind of funny. So we want to invite you to come invite us to come be part of your party, and that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. So,
by the way, the band's called the Louisville Crashers.
That's right.
So that plays right into it all, man.
Makes perfect sense. We're right here, right along the Ohio River, a gorgeous setting, and like you said, the weather's been great for those who've gone out and explored the area, right across from Santa Claus, Indiana, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau has been great to us. The convention center here has been fantastic. So let's run through, for those who are going to be seeing this, the schedules. We're into Friday, Saturday play. Kind of hit the schedule so that people can know what they're going to be watching on the Facebook and on the streaming at AmericanCornhole.com.
Well, the biggest thing tonight is Friday night. We're rocking out with the juniors championship matchups, the women's championship matchups, the seniors championship matchups, and these are the world championships, and these are the best players in the country in those categories. That is all singles oriented. Then we kick it out and end tonight with the World Doubles Championships. Those are 4 events that can be watched at AmericanCornhole.com, where we will be live streaming all 4 of those matches. And then Saturday is all about the singles, all about the world singles. Really what our focus is to get down to those best final 4 players by 6 o'clock. And starting 6 o'clock, 4 hours later, we'll find out who the best player on the planet is.
There it is, and we will be crowning that king and/or queen of cornhole overall. All the awards are sitting out front with Matt Guy's championship belt from all the different championships he's won. It's just really impressive to see it all. Watching everybody kind of in these pickup games and watching some of the different pool play. It's been a lot of fun, and just seeing everybody. Dayton Weber out here from him to, like you said, Michael Avery to Dallas. Who's going to be 80 in December. How cool is that? So,
is that right?
Yeah. I think we had 69 players in the seniors this year, so you're starting to see that really get more and more competitive. So it's fun to see from all ages and all spheres of influence how cool this is really turned into be this particular year, as a matter of fact. And as we ramp up for season 13, what are you excited about?
Well, actually, I'm most excited about getting a shot of Jesse James later tonight. That's what I'm most excited about. I can't wait to hit that up.
I would just like to say, because I'm sure Jesse is watching this, you need to meet him one-on-one, because I will tell you something, he is probably going to be responsible for a pool or something at your house in particular, because we have been enjoying the Jesse James bourbon all week long, maybe a little bit more than we expected, but the good news is the hotel is just a few feet from here, so thanks to the Hampton and all of their hospitality, and of course the folks here in Owensboro. It's been a great ride so far. We still got a long way to go.
Inn. Don't forget about the Holiday Inn.
And the Holiday Inn bookend in the convention center. So it's been a great party. The party continues. we look forward to you following along on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of those formats if you can't be here to join us. But please try to figure out a way next time the ACO is in your neighborhood to come out and be part of the party, because it really is a party. There was a statistic that I heard from one of the bar managers about yesterday that kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop, and I'm pretty sure it threw their person who supplies their beer for a loop as well. So you can tell the party is on. You just held up the whole magazine right there. That's a great opportunity, whether it's digitally or here in print, for it to catch up on some of the players and the play with regard to what's going on, all things ACO, and a chance for you. There's a column in there by this Finn character that invites you to contribute to Finn@AmericanCornhole.com and let us know what you want us to talk about on upcoming editions of the Taco. You want us to tighten up? You want us to lighten up? What do you want? You can ask us anything. It can just be a life question. We're good at that. We can solve problems.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I know what kind of problems, but we can solve problems.
Here's the deal. For every problem we solve, we create 2 more, though, so keep that in mind.
But, so this whole magazine, though, you know who we need to go call out to? CS, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We got to do a little call out to CS and talk about throw like a girl, pitch like a girl.
Yep. Well, and you know what? CS is another member of the team who you'll be hearing more about and more from as we start to amp up and ramp up even bigger and better things on the way. And that's what's exciting about the World's 12 here in Owensboro and what's coming in Season 13. Any final thoughts?
Keep on pitching.
All right. Normally he does that at the very end, but we're going to wrap up this live edition of the Taco, and we're right here in the taco stand, our makeshift roadhouse version of it. We're going to go out. We're going to play a little cornhole. We're going to go out and have a couple beers. We invite you to do the same thing with your weekend. Have a great, safe weekend, Holeheads. Check us out at AmericanCornhole.com, all the social media platforms. Follow along. Let's jack up some of those views. We're getting up into the thousands and thousands of views. We know you want to see what's going on here, so we're glad to have you along for the ride. One more time, baby. We got to end it this way. I'm Finn. I'm the voice of the ACO. He's Frank Gears, the cornhole dude.
Keep on pitching.
And cut.